Hello everyone, welcome once again to Investing with the Difference. So we have a lot of news. It has been 5 days since we posted any video. So let's get started. So first of all, we had some great content. We had our first webinar for developers. It went very well. We had some great questions. We had a very good technical session to get started for developers to understand more about EOS, and we got a lot of feedback also, and we have added another module which is EOS IO for beginners. This is for people who are pretty new, and the good news is that this is we are able to make it free for anybody who has signed up for any of the other modules. So do join us here if you have already registered for other modules, and if you're new, do join us. Otherwise as well, if you're interested in starting, and as I explained to you before, we are working on a partnership with Blockchain University, and we are going to do a certification program, which is very exciting. We will soon provide more details. What else is happening? I participated in Pitch Fest as a judge. It was great seeing some really important and projects in terms of blockchain innovations. And we had Icon from Silicon Valley actually winning this Pitch Fest. I'm already working with Icon for, if you are aware of Everypedia and their login systems, where they're able to allow anybody to log into blockchain apps using Google and Facebook logins. It's a great solution, and we will talk about it more, but what I would like to highlight is there's some amazing pace of innovation happening in blockchain world. I was really happy to support this because Detroit is a city which is rebuilding from scratch, and it is really is something where I think fintech is a lot of focus in fintech from some of these big companies like Quicken, like Benzinga, and so on. And I'm very excited that we are doing this in from a blockchain perspective, and EOS Detroit is doing an amazing job. I was very impressed with the event. I was pretty happy with the way things are progressing. What else? I think one important news, if you are investing with a difference community member, so we have, and I have become a custodian for EOS DAC. If you have voted for me, thank you, and to giving us this kind of vote of support. And I think what is important about EOS DAC is, as you know, EOS is kind of a, it's a democracy where we are voting for block producers. And EOS DAC is actually not only a block producer, it's a decentralized autonomous community where these are like, we are running, like as a custodians, we are running this block producer as well as additional services which are going to be going under DAC. Recently, you must have heard about announcement of an organization, a DAO with EOS New York partnership with EOS DAC. So it's very exciting stuff is happening in EOS DAC. I would really like you to go look at it. If you have not voted for EOS DAC, custodians, do join, because here, while we talk about selecting block producer, in this case, we are talking about selecting the people who are running this block producer. And this is really an amazing thing which I'm experiencing. And first of all, as I said, thanks for the support. But if you do join and vote, if you have not voted, all of you got EOS DAC airdrop if you were a Genesis account holder early on, or you can buy EOS DAC tokens from the exchanges also. So basically, you are buying a stake in a block producer where you can vote, you can decide who is running this block producer, okay? And this is really amazing. What else I would like to say is that meet.one, we talked about this chain which started. So this is only one more day to claim their airdrop. Again, be very careful. There are a lot of scams around. So make sure that you're downloading the wallet from the right place and only use your active key. If you have already staked your tokens, using active key to claim these tokens is safe, because even if there is a mistake, you know that your owner key is safe. But either way, this is a great opportunity. This is a chain which is again, they're not trying to do something to as a competition to mainnet. What they're trying to do is they're trying to build their local communities. And I think this is something which we need to see how they really promote meet.one kind of chain in terms of building. They are trying to bring a lot of Ethereum apps. They are this meet.one, when I talk to them, it's a very, very exciting Chinese community. They have built a huge community there, and it's simple. You do not have to enter your private keys anywhere other than meet.one wallet. So just use this guide. I will post this link once again if you're interested. We did a kind of a poll on Twitter. So let me go to Twitter, and we did a poll in Investing with the Difference. So let me open our profile. on how many people have claimed these various chains, and it's interesting to see the results that not a lot of people have claimed all these various chains. So we have Telos, Verbally, Boss, EOS Force, and meet.one. And by the way, there is a scam going on pEOS, which is the private privacy coin on top of EOS. If you see this site, this is an exact replica of the real site. This is the real site, which is pEOS.one. I'm sure you cannot see the difference because they have created this as exact replica, and when you say claim your pEOS, they are actually stealing your funds by changing your owner key. So be very careful. Now going back, so this is one thing which we posted on Twitter, but let me go back to the poll. I'm referring to this poll, which is about, we have already got 243 votes, and we asked people how many of these various side chains you have claimed, and we saw that only 38% people have claimed 3 or more chains out of this 5, and some of them have claimed 1 or 2, and there are 30% people who have claimed none. So by the way, this is not a huge deal because most of these tokens are not costing for much. One interesting thing which happened, which we discussed, was LiquidApps. Now LiquidApps has this DApp token, and they have created this VRAM product, and they are also running a EOS style ICO, where they have this cycles of 18 hours where you send your tokens and you get the DApp allocation based on how many people are contributing to the ICO. Now, of course, they are not calling it ICO; they are calling it a utility token. But I think in true sense, they're trying to sell the DApp token, and I would say that yes, it is a great utility token. They have a very good case of calling it a utility token because ultimately you are using this DApp token to access the services. Of course, the regulatory things we will see how it goes, but the pricing, as I told you in my previous week video, usually it starts pretty high because a lot of people are waiting and they're excited, and it's not clear on what should be the price. And I think it's kind of settling down in 0.052 or so. I think 0.05 EOS, sorry, 0.005 EOS. So this puts them at around, I would say, 5 million EOS valuation, considering 1 billion token uh, supply they have total, and they're raising the token, this DApp token, they're raising almost half of that supply they're selling in public sale. So that means with this, if the price settles down around 0.005, we are talking about around 2.5 million EOS as the money they can raise. And at the current price of $3.25 or so, we are looking at maybe like not a huge amount. So this project is pretty interesting because I think when I look at the technology, it's pretty good. The team is great, and so I think it's a pretty good price as an investment. Again, this is not an investment advice. Do your own due diligence whether it makes sense, and remember, this DApp token does not give you an equity in liquid apps. People are very confused when they are participating in these events. This is you're buying a token, and you need to value the token economics when you really go and invest in these tokens. But either way, as I said, it's a pretty good product in terms of the technology. And when we're talking about all these side chains like and Telos, meet.one, and so on, it will be interesting to see how these side chains perform now that we have this VRAM where people are going to be able to scale their storage. RAM was the biggest part, which was expensive on EOS mainnet, and CPU is actually also planned by them, by LiquidApps team. They have vCPU, which they hinted at. Of course, it's not available yet. So this will be very, very interesting to see how it evolves. There is another project which is very interesting on EOS mainnet is Emanate. Now, let's go and look at a demo. I'm really impressed with their demo because this is basically they're trying to create a blockchain-based music distribution system. Now, what you're seeing here is a iTunes style music service. So if you are playing a song, for example, you are actually going to see real blockchain transaction on the bottom. So if you see here, after you play for 6 or 7 seconds, you will be able to see some blockchain transactions going through, and actually this person who is publishing this audio, basically the owner of this song, is getting paid with these tokens as we listen to the song. And as soon as I go to the next song, which is Goldilocks, so I stopped listening after certain time. Now immediately on blockchain this transaction is recorded, and you are seeing that the next creator is getting paid for every 7 seconds of audio I listen. Now, this is a groundbreaking product in my eyes. If you understand how this whole thing works, this is, I think, really great, because now you're not dependent on the trusted entities, these creators. They are not going to be worried about who and how they are getting paid. They can actually generate data about their listeners on the blockchain. They can really see who is listening to them. And this is amazing product. I think the demo is very exciting. Now this Emanate token will be airdropped. They were doing some token sale. They did not do a huge portion of airdrop, but now they are trying to bring on some alpha members. And what they're trying to do is they will do a small airdrop, like 10 EMT tokens. It's not a huge airdrop, and they're looking for you to register on their site and claim it using this dashboard, and then you can use those tokens to pay and listen to the music. It's a great project. I would like you to look at it and see how you can really participate in blockchain. These are like the examples of how you should use blockchain for the benefit of, actual end user. Like as a person who is listening to the song, you're paying for what you listen, and as a creator of the song and the IP owner of the song, you are actually getting direct benefit in terms of the payments from the user. So this is great. I think it is a very interesting project. As I said, LiquidApps is another great project. A lot of good development is happening, and we are very excited. And as I said, like from the block start perspective, we want you to look at and learn what opportunities exist in blockchain world, and learn together, and do send us your feedback on what else you would like to see when you, as a developer or as a user of blockchain technology. What do you think we should talk about? And we will definitely try to bring more content in the direction. So thanks once again for joining. I hope this was interesting for you. The way things are progressing, the market is cooling down a bit. We did not talk about market a lot. Maybe we will do another video for that. But I think what I would like to highlight is there's a lot of progress, some great projects happening in EOS world, and we cannot be more excited about every week when we see these new things happening. And finally, before I go, again, remember, do not go and get scammed. Take care of your tokens, make sure they're staked, make sure you're voting. That is another thing. But I think beyond that, keep your tokens staked. Do not enter your owner keys. Make sure you have a separate active key which you're using for interacting with apps, and also even for claiming any sister chains. Even though it's a limited time, you're in a hurry, it's not worth it to make mistakes in a hurry. So be careful out there. But if you understand how to do it, there's no harm. If your tokens are staked and you're not using your owner key, usually you can take a lot of steps to keep yourself safe. So thank you once again for joining. We will keep bringing you more content, and we will keep looking forward to talk to more and more developers as part of the Blockstart activities, and bring to you more interesting ideas. Thank you. Bye-bye.